Three free selections coming your way in just a moment in Atlantic 10 Conference action. Going to take a look at the games between St. Joe's and Rhode Island, Dayton, LaSalle, and then one of the games in the Big 12 SEC Challenge, a challenge that you've got to wonder who the hell cares about it. That one being Georgia and Baylor and Waco. It is Saturday, and you know the drill, guys. In fact, you should know it so well after 4.5 years, I shouldn't have to really tell you. You know each and every Saturday, I give you a money-saving discount coupon code that could potentially save you hundreds of dollars off your total purchase price, and today is no different. 23%, 23 P-E-R-C-E-N-T, will save you 23% off your total purchase price today. It's a mix-and-match coupon, which means it's good for any combination of handicappers, picks, and/or packages. Only stipulation, it's a one-time usage coupon, which means you have to put everything in your shopping cart at one single time in order to maximize your savings. Should you ever have any questions, you can always contact customer service. Not bad. Got that down in 12.5 seconds. Pretty good, don't you think? Listen, the featured play today, before I get through the free selections, because I'm tired of talking already. It's going to be the half-price play of the day, and it's going to be Brad Wilson as he goes for winning day number 24 out of 35. $10 bettors have only won $38,160 over the past 204 days. Yeah, he's had kind of a nice run. 6.5 months. We're talking baseball, basketball, and football, college and pro. He's made $10 bettors over 38 grand. 100 dime winner number 17 out of 24. It's your Oklahoma LSU contest. 55 and 21 roll with all plays rated 100 dimes or higher. 55 and 21. The last winner, that little NFL play on the Broncos outright over the Patriots last Sunday, and this play is just as strong. It's even bigger than his 75-dime winners with Arizona State on Thursday night over Oregon State, and last Saturday when he used Oklahoma on the road, and they snapped Baylor's 15-game home winning streak in Waco. So that coupon code to get it for half price, 100 dimes, 100 DIMES. Quick props going out to Craig Davis, who... It's dawned on me, only 8 more days starting tomorrow, 9 including today, that Craig will be here at the site because on Super Bowl Sunday, that will be his final day after nearly 7 years here as a handicapper at this site, as he has started a business with his wife that has been extremely successful, and they're expanding, so he turned in his notice a few weeks ago. You may have caught that on the video report, but I just wanted to remind you as well. But congratulations to him. Craig cashing in last night with his 8th straight 100-dime winner. 8 in a row on the Dallas Mavericks. You got it for over half price. He has another big NBA play tonight. There is NBA action on Saturday night. ABC's going to push it down our throats, right? But it's a good game, Spurs and Cavs. You can save $77, which means you can get the play for $22 simply by using coupon code Davis22. All your other coupons, all your other discounts, etc. are over on the home page. Let's get to it here, guys. I'll run these games in reverse chronological order for you. The first one, well, actually, there are 2 games going at 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Let me take a look at the Big 12 SEC Challenge game. I'm going to go with the Baylor Bears, but I'm going to give you that play with a little asterisk next to it, and I'll tell you why in a second. Listen, Baylor's minus 11.5 points playing at home. Now, of course, last Saturday, as I alluded to, Baylor had their 15-game winning streak at the the Farrell Center, I think, or Farrell Center in Waco, I believe it is. Had that snap when Oklahoma came to town and beat them. But I was very impressed with the way the Bears then went to Oklahoma State on Thursday and beat the Cowboys for the second time this season, 69-64, to notch their 3rd straight conference road win since opening up the Big 12 portion of their season on the highway with that shellacking at the hands of the Kansas Jayhawks. So now they're coming back home. You look at the RPI, and I'm a big believer in RPI ratings, okay? RPI, strength of schedule. You're looking at a Baylor team because it plays in the best conference in college basketball, the Big 12, that has an RPI rating of 22. Georgia's 75. Not bad for Georgia, all things considered. But sometimes the RPI doesn't tell you the full story, and the fact is, the full story here is that Georgia isn't any good. Sure, they're coming off, a 4-point road loss against LSU, but they're 1-3 on the SEC road. They lost by 14 at Florida, 1 at Ole Miss, 1 by 3 at Missouri. Big deal. Missouri, the worst team in the SEC, I think. And then they lost by 4 to LSU in their most recent game. This Baylor team ranked 17th right now. Deeper, stronger, more scoring support off the bench. Georgia's bench is practically non-existent. They get no offensive production from their bench. Nothing at all. You've got a team that also in Georgia, during Mark Fox's 7 years as the head coach, dreadful against top 25 teams. Dreadful is an understatement. 7-30. 1-15 their last 16. So I've got to go with Baylor here. But here's the little asterisk. Baylor's coming off a big road win in conference play against Oklahoma State. Monday, big Monday, they host the Texas Longhorns. Are they going to be focused here on this game? I'm leaning toward them being so because they lost last Saturday at home. I think they'll be focused to start a brand new winning streak here. Plus, you fail to perform well against Georgia, and it basically dilutes the performance that you just had at Oklahoma State, and it certainly doesn't get you ready to roll against the Texas Longhorns on Monday. So again, I like Baylor in this one with just a little asterisk. An interesting game in the Atlantic 10 here, also going at 6 o'clock Eastern time tonight. St. Joe Hawks at Rhode Island. Now, Rhode Island is the 3.5-point favorite in this contest. And that may surprise a lot of you. Hell, it surprised me. I thought, what does St. Joe's have to do to get some respect from the odds makers here? I mean, this is a St. Joe's team. Its RPI is 30. Rhode Island's 107. St. Joe's has won 6 straight and 13 of 14 with the lone loss coming against a VCU team, which, oh, FYI, since I lost going against VCU last night, has won 11 straight games, right? That loss came back on January 5th at home in Hagan Arena for St. Joe's. 5 days later, they beat Rhode Island 72-67 at home as a 3-point favorite. Now, true, it was a nip-and-tuck game. It was tied at halftime at 38. St. Joe's went up by 11. Rhode Island fought back. It took a couple of three-pointers late in the game by point guard Aaron Brown, who finished with 19 points, nearly double his season average of 9.7 to really propel them to victory. You've got two strong defensive teams here. Two very good defensive teams. You have a St. Joe's team, however, that has more scoring options, especially the 1-2 punch of DeAndre Bembry and Isaiah Miles, the forward, who's having such a great year for them. You have a Rams team that is 12-8 on the season, 4-0 at home in Atlantic 10 play, but haven't really beaten anybody at home. So when I tell you that they're 4-0 at home in Atlantic 10 play and they won those games by 18 points on average, it doesn't really mean much. It's just numbers. Now listen, in the first go-round, I will be upfront with you and tell you that in analyzing the box score of the game, the thing that stood out to me was the fact that the calls were all going St. Joe's way. Rhode Island got into foul trouble. Two of their guys, who is it? Jared Terrell, I believe is how you pronounce his last name, who's coming off a career-high 25-point effort in his last game against Fordham. He played just 18 minutes because of foul trouble. He averages like almost 12 points and 4 rebounds a game. And then Coran Iverson, he played only 16 minutes, also in foul trouble on that one. And there's a guy, a 6'9" forward, who averages 11 points and 6.5 rebounds a game. So two of their key starters and most productive players were limited by foul trouble. And that has been a problem with the Rams all season long, especially on the road. Now, of course, they're playing at home, and as I always say, and you should know, the calls generally are going to go more often than not in favor of the home team. It's just the way it is. It may not be fair, but it's just the way it is. You've got a Rhode Island team that leads the Atlantic 10 in scoring defense, giving up just 64.2 points a game. That's number 30 in the nation, tied with Texas A&M. That's not a bad standing. You also have a Rhode Island team that's very good shooting the 3 ball. Number 2 in the Atlantic 10, hitting a little over 37% of their shots from downtown. But you have a St. Joe's team that's number 1 in the Atlantic 10 in terms of defending the 3-point shot, holding foes to just a shade under 30% for the season. But again, St. Joe's a little more athletic, certainly a little deeper team. I got to grab the points. I think this is going to be another nip-and-tuck game decided right down to the wire. 3.5 points. This might be a 1 or 2 point game here. So I'm going to go with St. Joe's as the road dog in that one. And your final complimentary play, listen, Dayton has lost one game here of late. They've won 5 in a row and 10 out of 11. Who did they lose that one game to? LaSalle Explorers. They lost at LaSalle as a 12-point favorite, 61-57. That's one of their only 3 losses this season. It was just one of those days when the blind squirrel found a nut, if you were an Explorers fan. I just went against LaSalle a couple of nights ago when they were at Duquesne, and Duquesne hammered them. 11.5-point favorite. They were the 11th ever 29 play of my career, and Duquesne won by 27 points, and it wasn't even that close. This is a LaSalle team that has shooting for next season because they have 3 transfers that are going to be eligible next year. And these guys, 2 of those 3 are really good players. But right now, they don't have much. It's Jordan Price and a cast of nobodies. And it's a short rotation, not a very deep team. Really only goes 8 deep. So you got Dayton. They're a 20.5-point favorite. If you're going to play the game, why not take Dayton? You know what Dayton can do in terms of scoring. Look at the RPI rankings between these two teams. Dayton's number 12, LaSalle 241 out of 351 teams in Division I ball. Dayton, number 34 scoring defense in the country. They're coming off a 73-37 win against St. Louis at home. 73-37. I mean, this is a Billikens team that since it went to the four-guard lineup had actually been very productive offensively. It had scored 90-some points in each of its previous two games. So, St. Louis, as I said, had scored 86 on the road in an upset of UMass, had scored 96 at home in an upset of Davidson, had just 37 points in that game. And LaSalle's offense may be worse than St. Louis's. So, I'm going to go once again with the Dayton Flyers. What the hell? I mean, listen, you see 27, 32-point blowouts on a nightly basis. There's got to be one on today's card. I think this is going to be the game. So, Dayton and St. Joe's in the Atlantic 10, and also going with Baylor in the Big 12 SEC Challenge. And of the three free picks, I think Baylor would be my favorite of the trio. That'll do it, guys. Best of luck to you all, and I'll catch you again tomorrow when we do this one more time.